Wow. User opted out of platform. The action attempt is disallowed. What's this now? It's absolutely amazing what Facebook is doing every day, changing their algorithms.
Mm-hmm.
It's like as if they don't just want you to succeed. Okay, let me see if I can do this then. Undermine. No? Can you imagine? Doesn't allow me with any of that. Why? So I literally need to do it on my profile, I think. Doesn't allow any business profile.
Isn't that interesting?
And yesterday it was working perfectly.
Just fine. Certain intentions that Facebook just open up for us and make it easy.
Okay. So let's see. Good morning. Thank you for taking this moment to breathe and listen to what can change your life forever. My name is Ragnar Sinikas, and I'm the founder of Ladypreneur TV, How to Dominate the Decade Talks, World Women's Conference and Awards, the creator of Coral Desk, the coach of the Changemakers, and co-author for 3 soon-to-be launched books on entrepreneurship secrets. Thank you for joining us. Today, I have an absolute honor to talk with Bat Alva. Is it Kraker?
Kraker. That's it.
I did it.
Yay!
So let me tell you little about that, and obviously she's going to tell us a lot more. So she's an award-winning serial entrepreneur with businesses in business consulting, real estate private lending, and iBoomerang. She's also a trainer, speaker, and author. She speaks on the topics of leadership, self-care, and the path of least resistance. Pat is also author of the forthcoming book, 7 Secrets of Happy Women, a personal guide to elation, which will be released on the 17th of May, so very soon, next month.
Yes.
And she works with heart-centered women entrepreneurs in the real estate and IT industries who want clarity on their best path to scale their business with ease and grace, so that they can enjoy more time and financial freedom and create a life they love. So tell us, where are you from, and what is your story?
Okay. Well, I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, and I have had an amazing life in corporate America. So I am bringing into my circle of expertise 35 years in IT with companies like Lockheed Martin and IBM. And what I learned in this process is that other corporate women who have other businesses here, we come with so many valuable lessons that we have learned in our corporate business, in our corporate life. And we tend to get siloed. They figure out what we're good at in corporate America, and then they put you in this silo and you say, Pat, you're good at doing X, Y, and Z. And from this point on, we want you to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay. And over time, I developed myself and learned all kinds of different skills as other women on this call have too. And I came to realize that I had a lot of gifts and talents to bring to the table. And they weren't being utilized because they kept me in this little silo of what they wanted me to do.
But when did you have this, like, how did you come to this? It's like a lot of us have a lot of talents and gifts which we have, but we do not recognize them. So what was the awakening moment for you?
Right. It was the day that I went to work, and I was just, and I was really being told what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing. And I knew that there were other sets of skills that I could make a difference and change the way things are being done in the department, making a difference with senior engineers and management. And I found, well, I'm just rotting here with all these set of skills that I can help other women in. And I was just, dissatisfied. Really, I was dissatisfied. And so I was already being nudged, like, okay, maybe it's time for me to leave. And during the time that I was working for Lockheed Martin, my husband passed away. And I came back after 2 weeks, and trying to get back into the rhythm of things is difficult after a loss like that. And after a short while, it wasn't even a month, my manager said, you know what, Pat, your performance is not what it should be, and I really think that you should consider leaving.
After all, they knew everything that you were going through. Oh my
yes.
God.
And I'm like, okay, this is a sign. This is a sign that it's time for me to leave. And I know that there are other women that are on this call who are hearing those signs and are afraid to take the leap. And I got to a point and I said, okay, I'm going to leave, and I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to start planning how I'm going to structure my business and then leave on my terms when I'm ready. And universe, I hear you. And it was those elements, those situations that just kind of gave me a nudge that it was time for me to step into doing something better. And at the time, I was coaching women in engineering and women in IT, and was making a difference in their careers. They were going up the career ladder. They had more balance in their life. But there was a small voice, Pat, you ought to work with women entrepreneurs. And I'm like, yeah, later, later. And it was there just gnawing at me and gnawing at me. And then when I finally retired, the voice got louder. And I said, okay, I'm going to listen. And have you ever had that? It's like, how much do I have to hit you with a 2x4? You know, before
Yeah,
you listen, where
exactly.
you are ready. I've helped you to get to this point now, Pat. Now I want you to take everything that you've learned, all your talents, all your gifts, all the businesses that you've owned, and you have to go help other women in their business. And I said, okay. So that's what I do. I work with women who have corporate backgrounds. They're well trained. They have stepped out and have their own businesses. And the conversations that we have is, what else are you good at? What are your gifts that will expand your business? That it's time for you to step out with those gifts and make a difference, because other women are waiting for you.
This is excellent that I'm inviting you now with all the women that you have. We're creating a platform for exactly those women, ladypreneurs that are in that stage, and we want to tell their stories. So this is incredible. But so why are you so passionate about the I read from somewhere you're very passionate about rituals. What are the rituals, and why are you so passionate about them? Like, I think I was reading your profile just to get to know you better before I interview you, so to understand who you are. And I saw that you're very passionate about rituals. Can you share those?
Definitely, of course. And before I get started, I just want to acknowledge you, Dragnev, for everything that you've done to empower women, and for the organization that you've created to move women through education and set up conferences and acknowledge those who are making a difference in the world. I want to acknowledge you for that passion that you have, and for giving me an opportunity to make a difference in your world. Thank you.
As we say, we are in this together.
Together, absolutely, absolutely. So why am I passionate about rituals? My life has changed and transformed because of rituals. I wouldn't be the person that I am today if I wasn't disciplined with some of the rituals that I'm sharing with you today. And when you start embracing rituals and start bringing into the life, you have no choice but to become a better person and transform. So I went from being really frustrated and trying to listen to all the noise around me and trying to make a decision on who the heck do I listen to? Do I follow this person or this person? What do I do in my business? I'm confused and being overwhelmed and not being centered and being in a position where I was reacting instead of responding. And I'm like, time out. There's got to be a better way. And so I started studying other entrepreneurs and women entrepreneurs. I go, what do they do? I know that I'm not alone in experiencing all this freaking, frustration, right? And sleepless nights and overwhelm. And so I just started studying people that I admired in business. And I started putting my rituals together. And I found that in that process, I started to change. And I started to live my life happy. I wake up happy, I meditate, I journal, I exercise, I listen, I visualize, and in that, I have created amazing miracles in my life. So women that are out there, you have a choice. You have a choice of waking up on the wrong side of the bed, being in a bad mood, being grumpy, being, oh, why me? Or you have a choice of stepping into some amazing rituals that will transform you, where you wake up happy and you serve others from a place of being aligned and grounded and love, and you serve from here to serve others. And that has, for me, it has had a significant effect in my business and in my life. And that's why I'm so passionate about the importance of rituals and the positive effect they can have on women.
We all, as coaches and public speakers and authors, we are all unique. So we have our approach. So what would you say are your secrets that people are thrown to, and that's why you're coaching the audience that you're coaching?
I have a lot of secrets.
Well, we have a
And I'm going to share a few with you today. And those who want more, you'll know how to have a conversation with me afterwards. What I've learned is that you cannot control what happens in the middle of your day, but you can control how your day begins and how your day ends. All of us know that if you turn on the news, you're going to hear panic, fear, all this negative energy. And when you wake up with these with rituals that really ground you, that doesn't even faze you. You know, those things don't faze you at all. So what I've learned is that you do have a difference. And when you decide that you want to live the path of least resistance, and this is when women come to me, they say, you know what, Pat, I'm tired of pushing. I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of making it hard on myself. I said, I just wanted to be easy and graceful. I said, so do I. That's what I want for you. So I start teaching women how to live the path of least resistance. And the rituals that support the path of least resistance. And for some of you, if this is a new term for you, it is living from a place of flow, and where your decisions are being made from your heart and from your gut, because you're aligned with what is important to you and for you, and you move your life from there. So the path of least resistance includes a couple of rituals that I'm going to talk in this space. And one of them is the pause or meditation. Because what I found is the growth of a business starts in silence.
Agree,
The
100%.
growth of a, hey girlfriend, high five.
Yeah.
It starts in silence. And the importance of coming to a place within you and have that space of meditation so that you're able to hear the voices, the whispers of giving you direction. Because the path of least resistance is the shortest path from where you are to where you want to be. And our angels, our guides, divine, God, whoever you believe in, is always whispering that path. Always. And the way you hear those answers is to get quiet. Now, you meditate?
I do. I have my also my morning rituals, which
Yeah.
is
Yay! You have to share that. You have to share that, because what would we do without our meditation?
yeah, that's the only time that you can actually reflect on yourself as well, and really take the time to step back for a second and think, what is my next move? Like, what do I need? And especially in times like we are obviously experiencing today, because we have so much fear and uncertainty that we are addicted of this uncertainty, and then it's just paralyzes you. So if you don't take really a step back and ask, okay, like does this circumstances where we're living today, do they have to define you, or you have a choice?
Yes.
As you said as well. So I totally agree with you. So yeah.
Yeah. And when I got started in meditating, I struggled. I'm like, okay, this pillow's not comfortable. Oh, I don't like my blanket, or I want to make sure that I get off to watch whatever program. I mean, I struggled to get myself quiet. So for those who are just starting in meditation, it's a process of just learning a minute at a time to just be still and let the messages come in and trusting the messages. When I started meditating, I get the messages, and I meditate and I follow what I get. And sometimes I say, you got to be kidding me. You want me to do that? I'm like, okay, I surrender. Because because when I have not listened, it's been a disaster. So one day I was traveling on business, and I meditated before I left, and Spirit said, don't take your pearl earrings. And I'm like, I just want to wear one pair of earrings. It goes with everything that I have. I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to wear my pearl earrings. So what do you think happened?
You lost them.
I lost them. I lost them. And after that day, it was so profound that I said, okay, lesson learned. When you ask me to go do something, I'm not going to question you. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And then life just unfolds easily and effortlessly, and you're on that path of least resistance. So meditation is part of all the programs that I have with women. It's a critical part. If you're going to work with me, we're going to meditate, and we're going to meditate on all kinds of different things of your life, of your business, of things that you want to call in. But meditation is not the only way that you can hear. The other way, and there's lots of ways, and I'll just cover two of them today. The other one is journaling, is writing, and being still and writing what comes to you. And even asking the questions in your journaling. What do I do next? What decision should I make here? Should I go with this person or that person? Should I hire that employee? You can ask those questions in your journaling, and you'll be surprised what comes up in your writing. So that is two of the rituals that I like to talk to about when it comes to the path of least resistance and how to get yourself on that path so that your life is in flow.
And what is else, like, what would you say that's the most important thing as a woman to know, like when you want this balance between your professional life and your private life, and in a sense, what would you say that's the most important to know?
When it comes to balance?
Yeah.
Okay. There's no such thing as balance. And let me tell you why. As an entrepreneur,
that's why I asked a question like this.
There's no such thing as balance. You will have a season in your business that is your season, and you get a lot of business, or your projects are really coming in, and you're kicking off a lot of work. Maybe your business is seasonal, and you get a lot of business during a certain time of the year. And in that flow, to stay in that flow and be successful, you probably shift a lot of your time into your business to satisfy the customer requirements and the volume of business that's coming. And so your work is up here, and maybe your family time is up here, right? And maybe you'll be planning a wedding, or you're about to deliver a baby, or you have a significant family event that needs your energy and your love, and they get the attention, and your business is down here. And that's the way life flows, right? It's not always going to be like this, because our life doesn't unfold like this. So the question is to understand what the priorities are, and when you have those flow in your balances, is to ask yourself, what's more important? Because even within these flows of family and business, we have to set boundaries in that flow, right? We have to set boundaries so that we don't lose total control. So, when you understand what your values are, then you're able to make decisions on where to spend your time. because understanding your values will set your boundaries. Otherwise, what happens? Customers take advantage of you. The community takes advantage of you. No doesn't mean no. And so you, not only are you trying to balance create some balance in your own life, but you're letting outside forces drive what you do.
And I think it's great that you touched the topic of values, because I see when I coach my people, I see also that they actually first they think they know their values, and when I ask them nicely, obviously, to write them down, then a lot of people are actually struggling because um, there's also values which our society is pressuring us to have.
Yes.
So it's sort of confusion with, do I really want all those shiny things, for example, that everybody is chasing? Is it really me? Or maybe down in authentic me has totally different values, and I am frustrated because there is no connections with my authentic values with the ones that the culture or the society is pressuring me. And that's why we're always like, we feel guilty when we are not doing enough, and not like beating ourselves up because it's like we're not enough. And then when we go down, then we discover that, oh my God, why? I'm not even interested. Like, what does it really matter what car I'm driving, or if I'm in this 5-star hotel, or I'm in a 4-star hotel, or I'm in a Airbnb? Like, I think there's like, of course, it's nice to have those things, no? But it's so funny to see, like in my mind, and I see a lot of people, and especially executive level people, are struggling with that.
They are, and I love, you know, I encounter the same thing with my clients, is getting to understand what the values are, because we are born with some values that are given to us by our family, by our church, by corporate, by society. And we end up creating a life that, okay, I have the car to chill, this car, we travel here. And then at the end of the day, we're not happy.
Yeah.
We have no fulfillment because we lived under somebody else's values, not our own values.
So there was another thing which catched my eye, and you're always citing your emails affirming your success. So if I don't know you, how would you describe that process?
And I love the word affirming, and that is part of also of two things: of affirming, meaning I see you and I hear you. I see you and I hear you. So affirming in that way. And one of the things that women do is that we're not really good at affirming ourselves. We're not very good at letting ourselves be seen and heard. And when we don't do that, we aren't really that successful because we're not being authentic. We're hiding our gifts, we're hiding who we are, and we're not really coming out in the world with who we truly are. So if I tie that to rituals, I would say that the part that's affirming of what you want is being able to visualize what you want. Right? Just like coming on this call, Arachne, you and I visualized, right? Before we came on, we said we are visualizing a wonderful space, giving love and receiving love from everybody that's here. We are visualizing this going easily and effortlessly. And in your visualizations, you can visualize your day, a special event, a conversation. And in that visualization, you are seeing yourself how you want to come out. And the universe has to respond to that request. And hearing It's the affirmations. What are you telling yourself that you are in regards to your success? And they can be funny, like chin up, otherwise your crown will slip. Right? Chin up. Oh yeah, the cries are slip. Or the negative talk. Okay, negative team, I know you're in my head, and I'm telling you to sit down and shut up. Right now. I need space to think. And so it's affirming the things that you want in your life. My life unfolds easily and effortlessly. I contribute and serve the world through my gifts and talents. And you start affirming and telling yourself. So in that affirmation, you see yourself, you voice it, and that's what I'm affirming in my clients and everybody that I touch is we want you to be seen and we want you to be heard because we need what you have.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
So before I ask and I give you a little time to think, the 3 recommendations how to dominate the decade, in your opinion. I see it in Facebook. We have people from Albania, Estonia, Lithuania. What were they else? There was a lot of different countries. UK. US, obviously, from different parts, Mexico. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. So please prepare your questions. So whoever is now here in Zoom, you can whether use the chat area if you don't want to speak. If you do, then after Beth is going to answer my question, we're going to open the microphones and you can also speak. But for those people that are a little afraid to speak or they just not even afraid, it's a bad word. If you prefer to write and you're better writing, then use that channel. So what would be the answer?
The way to dominate, I find that when you have clarity of what you want, the clarity of the impact that you want to make in the world, clarity of how you want to serve your clients, that's your number 1 step. You can dominate anything you want to do. You can dominate the decade by being clear about the difference that you want to make. And then the second step is to take aligned actions that support that clarity. Actions that come from here, not from here. Because when you take aligned actions, you're going to be in flow and you will accomplish what you want to accomplish. So it's being clear, it's taking aligned actions, and having the courage to do that. So it's clarity, actions, and courage. Absolutely.
Are you reading my script or what? What is going on here?
Are we so like-minded, girl?
We are very aligned, and I'm absolutely thrilled to hear that. So yeah, we have a lot of people also from Los Cabos. Gracias por venir y compartir esos momentos con nosotros. So so who wants to ask the questions can now put their microphone in and ask the question. So we have one.
Oh, how do I start my day? How do I start and end my day? Okay, so when I start my day, I definitely start with silence in meditation. And I started with 1 minute, and now I meditate for at least 30. So I have transformed through my own rituals. I write every day, and I ask myself 3 questions. What went well? What did I learn? And what am I going to do next? So that I learn from every day. And those lessons that I learn, then I share those lessons with others. I have some form of movement because movement opens my creativity and it helps me solve problems. So I move, I read, and I attend sessions like this one because I believe that the success of my business is based on my personal growth. So if I don't grow, my business is not going to grow. So meditation, I use affirmations, as I share with some of you. I visualize this specific session and how I wanted it to go. I move, I read, and I journal. And at the end of my day, I go through my day and I unravel it. So I start from the beginning of the day and I say, okay, what did I do today? How did it go? What did I learn? And I work through it all the way till the evening before I go to sleep. Because in that process, I internalize the day and I take in the lessons so that I'm not doing that when I sleep. That's the advantage of unraveling your day before you sleep and just thinking through. And sometimes you'll say, well, why in the heck did I say that? Why did I do that? Well, next time I'll know. So you just kind of go through your day and you live it again like you're replaying a movie, and you just take it in. And then when you go to sleep, you sleep so much better. I'm not unraveling my day in my sleep. Yeah.
I think it also helps you to meditate in the morning if you have put everything to sleep, in a sense that whether you need to write it down or something, so you wake up not having the to-do list in the back of the mind, and then that's the distraction why you can't actually focus and have the time with yourself.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. Yeah.
Is there anyone else, whether here in Zoom or whether whoever is watching us on Facebook, any questions? If not, then I will make the final remarks, and obviously let's back to the same. But final call for any other questions. What type of meditation do you do?
A good question. I do different kinds of meditations. I do meditation for clarity. I do meditation for healing. Like I've been doing a lot of meditations lately for healing of the world. And I have meditations for attracting wealth, attracting abundance. So I have like a library of meditations. I just love to meditate, and I love to give those resources and make those resources available to my clients. So there's all different kinds. Yeah. Short and long.
Dr. Caroline Makaka is asking, what motivates you?
What motivates me the most?
What motivates you the most, yes.
What motivates me the most?
Thank you.
My passion is moving women forward. And that motivates me every day. It's like, how can I help move women forward? How can I help them bring their gifts out to the world? Because the world is waiting on you. And I feel it's my service to help you bring your talents and gifts out to the world, making a difference and being happy. That's what motivates me.
So I guess, Caroline, the next best move would be to invite her to the sisterhood of the Ladies of All Nation International. She's totally aligned with all the all our visions. So, is there any other questions? Let me check quickly also here if we have anything in Facebook.
Hello, ladies.
Okay. We have some.
Oh, good morning. Do you have anything?
We just have some very good comments. Good morning. I just want to tell you that it is to admire strong women who fight and work very hard, and I admire your dedication that all of you have. Thank you, Angel. Also, Inga, how long it was from you to feel that the vision that would you like to do, and how was totally clear? What brings you there? Like if you have the confusion with your vision, how to get the clarity, and how long does it take to get there?
This is a common question, and I think you, Ragnar, and I had that's a common question with our clients, is that how do I create that vision? And I actually take them through vision exercises to get that level of clarity. And even when you create an initial vision of what it is that you want to do in the world, it's going to evolve. And how it comes up today might not be the way it comes out next week. But you just have to ask yourself, what am I here to do? What am I here to do? And then we start working with that thought and that thread, and in time the vision comes through, and when you read it, you know it's you.
Yeah. I think it's also very important not to be or let the distraction to
Oh yeah.
the toll, because even though if we have in our mind the clear vision, there's so many distractions. So if you see that something doesn't work, don't
Yes.
just change your goal or don't change your vision, change the approach you do, no?
Yeah, because the vision is what you're doing. The how may change, right? The approach. So many nowadays we're having to rethink the how of our vision.
Yeah. I agree. And then we have another very nice comment. So thank you, ladies, for having this meeting and empowering us. Lame, thank you for joining us, obviously. So if you have any other questions, let us know. We're about to close the session, but I want to thank you. I want to thank you because you really made the effort. The preparation that you have is incredible. I love to work with you. You're the first person who made a lot of questions, and I love it because that's the way also how we can grow and make it better. This is it's the best feedback for me as well. So thank you for that. Obviously, thank you for really adding value to the community. And I'm not talking about just the community which is watching us, but in the end of the day, there's so many people that are in need. And as I mentioned in the beginning, we are in this together. And if everyone, and I'm now using Dr. Caroline Matata's words, if everyone reaches one, then we are one life changed. And this is what the aim of those calls really are.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. And Ragnar, if anybody wants to have a further conversation?
That was my question. Like, if someone wants to contact, what would be the best way to do it, and how they can find you?
Yes. So I'd like to offer a complimentary conversation with you for those who feel that there's something bigger in them and want to really step into that space, that I can help you see the possibilities. And what I put on the chat is happy rituals. That allows you to go in and get on my calendar where you and I can chat and start dreaming about the possibilities, putting some plans in place, and just being able to serve you in that time. And because I want you to wake up happy and make a difference, because we're waiting for you. We need what you have.
So we are going to share also this link with the live that is in Facebook. So don't worry, everybody which you're watching on Facebook, we will share it there in a second. And again, so if you were watching today and listening and you felt that everything that you heard really served you, and we hope it did, then please share this information with 5 of your closest friends. You know why? Because we are our conversations. So we are the mix of the 5 closest friends that we have around us. Obviously, you want to be aligned with all your friends. So share this information, ask them to join you. And I hope you're going to join us tomorrow at 11 o'clock, which is, again, next presenter in English. Today, in 1 hour and 20 minutes, we have the presentation in Spanish. Everybody who speaks Spanish, they are welcome to join me and Antonio. Send us your comments. Send us your questions. Don't be afraid to ask help. That's why we're here. We're here to serve you. And I think Pat and I will do everything in our power to do so. So
absolutely.
Just to mention also the website www.majesticcoachinggroup.com is the place where you can find Pat. And obviously, as you're watching my profile, most probably you don't have a problem to contact with me. Nevertheless, if you do, or you want to send anything to me, it's ragne@worldwomansconference.com. Send me your comments, send me your questions, send me whatever you want to share with us. And I promise I will action on that. So see you tomorrow. Thank you, Pat, again. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Join
Gracias.
us. Also,
Gracias.
in this call, we see Brenda, Julia, John, Marco, Marta, Patricia, Samantha, Letty, and there's some people which are with Samsungs and iPhones and etc. etc. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry I can't pronounce your names as you didn't put them, but thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoy your day and you take the most out of those circumstances, because today is the day that you can make a choice. Whether you are the victim of the circumstances or you step into your power and start living with purpose. Not finding your purpose, but living with your purpose. So, Patricia is already requesting our friendship. So this is exactly why we're here. Connects our communities. So thank you very much. And
thank you.
See you tomorrow.